What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital Analysis, and welcome to the video. In this video, we're analyzing an interesting company, one company that I have invested in the past. I don't currently have or own a position in the company, but I'm interested in it, especially now as shares have pulled back quite substantially. So the company is called Palantir Technologies, and even to this day, I still don't fully understand what they do, but they're up to a lot of things. I want to try and better understand the company. So in this video, it's going to be a little bit of research, learning together. Feel free to offer those comments down below if you do have a really great understanding of Palantir, or you're a Palantir bull, or you're simply interested in the company. Along with, if you do support the channel and all the videos, kindly smash that like button. This is a brand new channel and I'm looking to continue to grow it. Growth has been decent, steady. Let's get this new channel to 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications on future videos, and I'll try to improve my videos. Traded on the NASDAQ under ticker symbol PLTR. It was down 2.74% again today to 14.56. Now I remember when I was buying the stock not that long ago. I believe I bought it in May when it went all the way down to 18, 19 bucks. And then it went all the way up to about 25, 26, 27, which was when I took some profits. It did make it as high as almost $30 per share. We can see here 52-week range of $45. So the stock was substantially higher. It still has a $29.19 billion market cap. As you know, a lot of growth-oriented companies, Palantir is a technology company. At the end of the day, they have pulled back quite substantially. But this thing IPO'd below 10. It's currently trading for 14. Seems to have been in a pretty nasty downtrend over the past month. I was trying to pinpoint where Palantir might find some support next, and it looks like, our last stop is somewhere around 14 bucks. And if we don't hold that, could drop into the single digits. Now, this company is up to a lot of things, and they, it's even for me, it's a little bit hard to understand. And I see a lot of companies, look at a lot of companies all the time, always doing interviews for Departures Capital, but first, we're going to get into their website. We are going to go over the financials, the most recent earnings release, and then, kind of a breakdown of their business, because I want to better understand the company, like I said. And at these prices, they haven't been this low, since 2020. So could be an interesting time to take a look at Palantir. For full disclosure details, this is not a sponsored video either. This is just a company that I've picked, and I saw the share price and I wanted to talk about it. So Palantir.com, foundational software of tomorrow delivered today. So what do? We build software that empowers organizations to effectively integrate their data, decisions, and operations, generating alpha admins continuous disruption. So they've got 3 platforms, that is Foundry, Gotham, and Apollo. So Foundry is an operating system for the modern enterprise. Gotham is an operating system for global decision making, and Apollo is an operating system for continuous delivery. So let's look a little bit deeper into these actual programs, because I couldn't find the investor presentation, but there is a presentation of their most recent quarterly earnings, which we will talk about and quickly go over. What you need out of the box. Foundry was built and tested in crises when time matters most. It offers everything from data integration to applications that power decision making in hours. Whether integrating data, building a digital twin, or deploying an operational application, you can choose the specific Foundry modules that serve your needs. Today, the world's most important institutions use Foundry to build safer cars, secure global supply chains, accelerate cancer research, and more. And then on the website there, you can see an information form, get started with Foundry today. So that is Foundry. Let's take a look at Gotham, so the operating system for global decision making. Palantir Gotham is a commercially available AI-ready operating system that improves and accelerates decisions for operations across roles of all domains. For over a decade, Gotham has surfaced insights for complex data for global defense agencies, the intelligence community, disaster relief organizations, and beyond. Gotham joins and enriches massive volumes of near real-time data and presents them in a single view that enables users to make faster, more confident decisions together. Decision makers from headquarters to the forward deployed edge access the most recent understanding of the world and can act while accounting for global trade-offs and dependencies. So AI deployed to the operational edge, artificial intelligence and machine learning models built in labs typically fail in an evolving operational context, but that's where the stakes are highest. Gotham's built-in feedback loops train and refine models that augment human analysis and decision making during operations. In turn, operator actions improve these models over time. Palantir came up with groundbreaking technology that helps us make better decisions in combat zones. You are giving us advantages right now that we need. So with deployments across international defense, intelligence, and law enforcement communities, Palantir Technologies understands that openness and extensibility are critical to fully leveraging data assets with discretion. So it all comes down to data. So Gotham is a really interesting system. And then we have Apollo, so the operating system for continuous delivery, going where no software as a service has gone before. So from the back of a Humvee to the hull of a submarine, Apollo enables continuous deployment across all environments. Most software as a service companies only run in the public cloud. We're not like most software as a service companies. Our software must operate seamlessly across on-premise data centers, classified networks, embedded edge devices, and a constellation of hybrid clouds. That's where Apollo comes in. Stability powers agility. Apollo provides a single control layer to coordinate the ongoing delivery of new features, security updates, and platform configurations, ensuring critical systems stay up to date and operational 24/7. Operations at the edge. So from autonomous management of edge devices to fleet-wide integration of AI models, Apollo's auto-scaling containerized infrastructure powers workflows beyond traditional software as a service architectures. Unparalleled flexibility. Apollo is cloud agnostic, liberating organizations from vendor lock-in and providing unparalleled flexibility to meet changing needs and regulatory requirements. So, a lot of technicals when it comes to that. Palantir is definitely, a data company with 3 unique systems. Now, I want to quickly go to the About Palantir tab to get a little bit more of an understanding or better understanding of what they do. So why we're here. We believe in augmenting human intelligence, not replacing it. With good data and the right technology, people and institutions today can still solve hard problems and change the world for the better. In 2004, we looked at the available technology. We saw products that were too rigid to handle novel problems and custom systems that took too long to deploy and required too many services to maintain and improve. We saw automated approaches that failed against adaptive adversaries and all-or-nothing access controls that forced organizations to make unacceptable trade-offs between collaborating and securing sensitive data from misuse. We saw a need for a different kind of technology, and we knew it would take a different kind of company to build it. That's why we founded Palantir. So what do? What's their mission? This is, interesting. So we make products for human-driven analysis of real-world data. We're focused on creating the world's best user experience for working with data, one that empowers people to ask and answer complex questions without requiring them to master query languages, statistical modeling, or command line. We build our company around mission-driven engineering. We meet the problems where they live. Our customers have data and a deep understanding of the problems they face. We have proven products and an engineering mindset. We design technology to help institutions protect liberty. Analytic technology, especially in the hands of powerful institutions that hold large volumes of data, can pose serious risks to privacy and civil liberties. I was just browsing their investor relations tab, and we'll get into the earnings release and financials right after this. Video won't be too much longer, maybe just 5 minutes or so. NIH continues collaboration with Palantir Technologies to support COVID-19 research. Palantir and Alex Partners joined forces to help clients unlock the value of data. Palantir awarded $111 million contract to provide mission command platform for the United States Special Operations Command. So Special Operations Command. CDC renews partnership with Palantir for disease monitoring and outbreak risk. Palantir and the U.S. government to continue to work on COVID-19 vaccine distribution. FAA selects Palantir for aircraft certification safety monitoring solution. Palantir is selected by the National Nuclear Security Administration for SAFER project. Palantir and Ringer extend digital transformation partnership. Palantir and Space Force expand partnership. So, they're working with some pretty high name, government agencies and also companies. So let's take a look at their most recent earnings release. So this is Q3 2021. So Palantir expects 40% revenue growth in fiscal year 2021. Q3 US commercial revenue up 103%. Total revenue grew 36% year over year to $392 million. They added 34 new net customers. They added 34 net new customers in Q3. Commercial customer count grew by 46% quarter over quarter. US commercial revenue grew 103%. Cash flow from operations of 101 million, representing a 26% margin. Adjusted free cash flow of 119 million, representing a 30% margin. Closed 54 deals of 1 million or more. 33 of those are 5 million or more, and 18 of those are 10 million or more. Total remaining deep value grew 50% year over year to 3.6 billion. GAAP net loss per share diluted of 5 cents. Adjusted earnings per share diluted of 4 cents. So here we have 3 months ended September 30th and 9 months ended September 30th. Revenues grew quite substantially. 2020, 770 million. 2021, 1.1 billion. 2020, 3 months, 289 million to 392 million. We saw loss from operations dramatically shrink from 847 million to 91 million. And loss from operations shrink from just over a billion to 352 million, which is progress in the right direction. And the net loss also shrunk from 853 million in 2020 to 102 million in 2021. Taking a look at the company's balance sheet now. So September 30th, 2020, the company had 2.2 billion in total current assets with just over 2 billion in cash. Meanwhile, September 30th, 2021, the company had 2.3 billion in cash and 2.8 billion in total current assets. When it comes to liabilities, total current liabilities, they had just over 600 million in 2020. They've added some, so 681 million in total current liabilities for 2021. However, in terms of total liabilities, 1.16 billion in 2020 and 967 million in 2021. So liabilities decreasing, assets increasing. That's good to see. And with a net loss this past quarter of 102 million, if that keeps up, or they have the potential to turn a profit, the cash position seems more than okay to me. So let's take a quick look at their Q3 2021 presentation, and then that will be it for the video. I'll give my quick opinion on the company. So business update. Q3 revenue grew by 36%. It's always nice to see revenues growing. US commercial revenue grew by 103%. So, I'm going to assume that that's where they're focusing on. Commercial revenue does tend to be, a longer, in my opinion, commercial revenue, a more stable source of revenue. Added 34 new customers, 54 deals of at least 1 million, 18 were more than 10 million. So a huge jump in adjusted free cash flow, which is great. Total remaining deal value grew 50% year over year to 3.6 billion. Commercial deal value grew 101% year over year to 2.2 billion. Remaining performance obligation increased 172% to 874 million year over year. So here's where things get interesting. I like that they have a couple photos. Let's just take a quick look. So from fighter jets to naval ships, we're driving innovation in the defense industry, based with L3Harris, Huntington, Ingalls, and more. Managing the value chain from part suppliers to charging stations, unique and diverse footprint across NHS, NIH, MD Anderson, Veteran Affairs, and more, supports more than 300 million patients. Foundry is the connective tissue linking analytics with operational systems. Operational APIs orchestrate complex cross-system decision-making, unlocking alpha across the enterprise. So this is a 50-page presentation, guys. I'm just going to quickly skim through it. Foundry is enabling carbon and emissions management to convert beta to alpha. So carbon emissions is going to be a huge industry in itself. There's actually public companies that will be IPOing and already exist that focus on this exact niche. In Q3, we signed new deals with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, U.S. Air Force, NIH, and more. Meta Constellation is meeting its moment around the globe. We were recently down-selected to be sole provider of the Army's Intelligence Data Fabric and Analytics Foundation under Capability Drop 2. We signed a 4-year, $87 million contract with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs to improve patient care and outcomes for veterans and their families. We won a 2-year, $60 million award from the NIH to continue our work in the fight against COVID-19. So, some very impressive contracts, a very unique business model, 3 separate systems. Palantir is a very complex company founded by very smart individuals, very rich individuals, of course, Peter Thiel. So all in all, I'm very interested when it comes to Palantir. You know, the fact that the stock has dropped quite substantially. It's hard to say when the sell-off is going to subside. That being said, you know, a lot of these companies continue to pull back. When is the right time to buy? If I had a crystal ball and I knew exactly when to buy, probably wouldn't be making videos because I'd have a ton of money and it wouldn't really matter. But anyways, guys, I think Palantir is an interesting stock to take a look at right now. I, of course, would like to learn more about the company. It's a data tech-driven company. I do think data is one of those industries that is only going to get more and more valuable. Palantir is focusing on data, so I'm super bullish on the data industry. Palantir, industry leader, obviously. And they're showing lots of revenue. They're growing their revenue. Their losses are shrinking. Hopefully the company's profitable this year or next year. So we'll see what happens. I'll be following along, but Palantir is on the top of my watch list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's it for my analysis video. Let me know, if there's other metrics that you guys like to look at. But I did my best, and let me know. So we'll see you guys in our next video. If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departure's capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.